Hi and welcome to wrist stabilization training. In between the exercises, I'm going to read and try to learn something about Shuns in a medical sense. Participating in the exercise is at your own risk, and Shuns have to do with anatomical defects. Let's start with the first exercise. We're having the arm at the side, the hand to a fist. We're having go to line shoulders, and now we're turning the fist down and again up, and we're going again down and up, and we're going always as far as we can go with a little effort. Up and down, and we're going to do it one more time. So up and down. Now on the other side. Now comfortable at the side, hand form to a fist, and we are bringing the fist down and again up. We are going always as far as we can go with a little effort, and as soon as we've reached the point which we can reach with a little effort, we are slowly turning around. And one last time. And we're done with the first exercise, where it was with spotlight. So Shunt in a medical sense. We have some bullet points here. The first one is, a shunt can occur in human bodies. So inside of a human body, there can be a shunt. In a human body are different body parts. Okay, there are different body parts in a human body, and there can shunts occur in a human body. A lot of body parts should be separated. There are multiple body parts in a human body, and a lot of these body parts should be separated. But there are also shunts in the human body. And the fourth point. Sometimes two body parts which should be separated are not separated, but there is a hole or a small passage between them. So there are body parts which should be separated, but sometimes there's a hole or something, and then we're no longer separated, even though we should be separated. So the next exercise. We have your arm with a fist comfortable at the side, and now we're turning the fist to the inside and to the outside. So we're going to the inside and to the outside. We're going always as far as we can go with a little effort. And as soon as we've reached that point, which we could reach with a little effort, we're turning slowly around and going into the other direction. And one more time. And now we're going to do it on the other side. To the inside and to the outside. As far as we can go with a little effort. And then we're turning around and going into the other direction. As far as we can go with a little effort. And the last time. So in a human body there are multiple body parts, and sometimes two body parts which shouldn't be connected, so which should be separated, are connected. There is a hole or a small passage between them. Such a hole connecting two body parts which should be separated is called a shunt. So if two body parts have a hole through which they are connected, that is called a shunt. A shunt is the hole or a small passage connecting two body parts which should be not connected. To the next exercise, the magician. The hand, no, flat, comfortable on the outside, and we're turning the hand to the inside and to the outside. And again, we're going slowly as far as we can comfortably go. And as soon as we've reached that point which we can reach with the left, we're turning slowly around. And the last time. And now the magician with the other hand. inside and to outside. The last time. And it was a magician. So a shunt is a hole between two objects that shouldn't have a hole but should be separated. The shunt is the hole of a small passage. Exchange of fluid which shouldn't happen can happen through a shunt, given a connection between body parts which shouldn't be connected. So this hole just doesn't exist as an open hole, but through that hole fluids can be exchanged, and they shouldn't be exchanged. There shouldn't be a hole in the first place. To the next exercise, the pancake flipper. The hand again, flat, comfortable at the side, and returning the palm to the sky. And back to the bottom. And down to the ground. And again up. And we're going again as far as we can go with a little effort. And then we are turning slowly around into the other direction as the last time. On the other side. Hand comfortable to the side. Turning the hand up to the sky. And again down. And one last time. Through a shunt, which is a hole between two body parts which shouldn't be connected. Fluids can be exchanged, or that can happen through a shunt, through a hole between two body parts which shouldn't have a hole. That is a shunt. In the human heart are 4 chambers. 2 of them, the atria, are separated by the atrial septum. By an atrial septal defect, there is a hole in the atrial septum. A connection between the atria through this hole, which is a shunt, exists, which shouldn't exist. So we have an example for a shunt. The heart has 4 chambers: right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, and left ventricle. And the right atrium and left atrium are separated by the atrial septum. And there can be a hole in this atrial septum. And this hole is a shunt. Next exercise. It's the T-Rex in the wall. The hands are out and we're bringing the hands down and up. And again down and up. We're going again as far as we can go with a little bit of effort. And as soon as we've reached that point which we can reach with a little bit of effort, we're turning slowly around and going in the other direction. We're going to do it one last time. Now to the T-Rex jump. Today without a tennis ball, I forgot the tennis ball. So, we are making a fist and we're having a completely straight arm from the knuckles to the elbow. And now we are pressing the fist together with moderate force, or rather a bit of force. And releasing again. And we are again pressing the fists together. We're making a strong fist. And releasing. And for the last time, are we flexing the fist. And over the other. Hand comfortable at the side, good position, and we are making a strong fist with pressure. And releasing. And another time. Pressuring. And release. And another time. We press. And release. Back to the shunts. A shunt in the Atrial Septum can lead to the exchange of blood with little oxygen in the right atrium with blood in the left atrium with more oxygen. When the blood with a lot of oxygen in the left atrium is mixed with little oxygen in the right atrium, the concentration of oxygen in the left atrium decreases, which results in the blood with less oxygen is from the left atrium delivered to the body, and the body gets less oxygen, which is what isn't wanted. So if there's a shunt in between the atrial septum separating left atrium and right atrium, then the blood, which has a lot of oxygen in the left atrium, it had got it from the lungs, is mixed with the blood with little oxygen, and the concentration of oxygen in the left atrium sinks, and there's not so much oxygenated or blood with less oxygen coming into the left ventricle and then through the aorta into the body. So the concentration of oxygen in the left atrium, which is on its way to be delivered to the body, sinks. It is mixed with less oxygenated blood, and there's less oxygen delivered to the whole body. That can happen through a shunt in the atrial wall. The next exercise, it is the quadring, now the cautious big bang. So we are going with fingertips on top of the fingernails of one hand, and we are opening against that hand. And we are closing again. We don't overdo it with the pressure, but we're putting a little bit of effort into it. And one last time. And we're closing. And now on the other side. We're closing, and one last time. And now it's time for the quadrangular castle-like. Take both hands with fist out and return the fist towards yourself. And now up. And to the side. And down. To the inside. Now that all backwards. To the side, to the outside. And up. And into the final position towards each other. And now to the last exercise. The crab anxious to have fever. We are comfortable at the side. We are bringing the fist down. We're pressing with moderate force, a rather easy force, against the index finger. And from the outside, we are pulling the fist in. But again, with easy, comfortable, moderate force. And from the top against the third metacarpal bone, especially here in that position, carefully. Really just a little bit of tension onto the tendons and muscles. And from the bottom. And on the other side. Hand cupped to the side, hand front to the fist, fist down, and we are pressing against the outside of the index finger. And from the outside. And from the top. And from the bottom against the finger. And to the last, so it was the last exercise, to the last thing we do, we're going with the fingers over the middle part of the lower arm to relax the extensor digitorum muscle, the muscle which brings the fist up. So it's a muscle running here, and that muscle pulls the fist. And I can even show it like this, maybe. So I can push here, the fist comes up. It goes here through these are the extensor digitorum tendons. Then the fist comes up, and we have used it quite a lot, so we're going over it to relax the muscle a bit. And on the other side. And back to the Shuns. We're done. So the common iliac veins are coming from the legs and are joining to the venas to the inferior vena cava, and the brachiocephalix are joining to the superior vena cava, and both superior vena cava and inferior vena cava are leading into the right atrium. And from the right atrium, the blood should go through the pulmonary artery to the lungs and through the pulmonary vein into the left atrium. But if there's a hole in between the atrial septum separating the right atrium and left atrium, the hole is the shunt,
then the blood can come directly in, and there's not so much concentrated blood, not so much blood with such a high oxygen concentration here, and the blood can't go through the mitral valve to the aorta with a lot of oxygen, but there's not so much oxygen in that atrium because it has mixed with that blood, and through that shunt in the middle. A shunt is a hole between two body parts where a hole shouldn't be. This is the end. I thank you very much. Next time.